and they pulled it off in dramatic fashion.
And now they're headed to Texas, and they need to win 2 more games to make it to the World Series. And Bernie, I'm going to ask you straight out, you think they can do it?
Absolutely, sure, why not? But sometimes in sports, as they say, you'd rather be lucky than good. And tonight, the Tigers were both. The good, Justin Verlander threw a career-high 133 pitches. The luck, a double-play ball that helped a 4-run rally in the 6th. Tigers beat the Rangers 7-5. Texas still leads the series 3-2. We've got highlights. Tigers 6th man on. Miguel Cabrera with the grounder to 3rd. Over the head of Adrian Beltre. It hit the bag. That scores Ryan Rayburn. Tigers had the lead at 3-2. Later in the 6th with a man on. Delman Young with that bad oblique, gone. 2-run home run to left center, his second of the game. Give me one of them bad obliques is what I say. Tigers beat the Rangers 7-5 afterwards. Everyone was thrilled to keep this thing going. Now, in the 6th inning, the Tigers had a natural cycle, a single, a double, a triple, and a home run in 4 consecutive batters. First time in postseason play that has ever happened. We're back later with much more on today's win and Game 6 Saturday night in Arlington.
You know, it's kind of stunning. Leland said he needed it to be Verlander and Coke. That's all he had to offer tonight. That's exactly what he got.
Well, and if that didn't work out, it was going to be rum and Coke for him afterwards. That's really what it was going to be.
Lions fans still talking about what happened yesterday, not just during the game, but what happened afterwards.
I think there's probably an equal amount of blame that can go around to a lot of different people in this situation. I think this is what we've heard so far. A handshake went wrong, exactly. Well, the thing about the Jim Harbaugh post-game incident is someone was excited about beating the Lions. I mean, this used to be like, in the past it was, oh yeah, great, we beat the Lions, who cares? Totally, somebody's excited. Harbaugh over the top, no question. He admitted it yesterday. You also have to lay some of the blame with Jim Schwartz. We've got highlights from ground level, and you'll see Schwartz follows Harbaugh down the field because he didn't like the way Harbaugh acted at the end of the game. I'd like to remind everyone, Schwartz's fist pumps probably doesn't sit well with other coaching staffs or teams, but no one has confronted him on that situation quite yet. But look at this as they go. Can you put that back way over? They just kept going down the field. So the situation, as bad as it was to start, started getting exacerbated because Jim Schwartz was following Harbaugh. Remember, the Lions had just lost their first game of the season, and Schwartz was not a happy camper. So when Harbaugh showed a lack of decorum, Schwartz had to decorum him up a little bit. I mean, that's really what happened, you know. If a guy doesn't have decorum, you got to decorum him up. Decorum him up a little. Today, Schwartz didn't exactly apologize for what took place, but he did say it was too bad. He's right. Everybody has overlooked the game, but for the Lions' perspective, that's good because it was their first loss. And Matthew Stafford did not play well at all. I mean, really did not play well. But let's say a couple of things here. Number one, make no mistake, Jim Harbaugh has always been a bit arrogant, and at times he can also be a bit rude. One of those times came at the end of the game yesterday. Today, moments ago, Harbaugh talked about the incident this way. Listen. So all week long, he's going to have a guy. Yeah, I'll do better. Is that good enough for you? Exactly right. That's the way it is. Now, all of them are behaving themselves. You know why? Because they spoke to the NFL this morning, and the NFL does not like these kind of things. They are not thrilled with this at all. So they said they're going to have a talk among the 2 coaches this week, and then this whole thing will probably be put to rest. But listen, Mike Babcock of the Red Wings, he didn't watch the Lions game yesterday, but he read all about the incident, and he had this take for the Lions to hear. Listen up. Look at that coach speak right there. Hockey, football, doesn't matter. Finally, after the Oregon-Arizona State game the other night, ESPN was trying to do an interview with Chip Kelly of the Ducks, but the crowd around him was so loud, Kelly had to take matters into his own hands. We call this segment, how about a nice cup of shut the heck up?
They heard that, didn't they?
Boy, coaches after the games these days.
Coaches are unbelievable.
Hey, their job never ends.
I'm practicing my handshake.
We've got to go. Thanks so much for joining us.
NBC Nightly News is next. We'll see you back here tonight for Local 4 News at 11. Till then, have a great evening.
What do you mean almost comical?
We'll give him a little more.
Well, finally, for all of you out there, except Tom Izzo, we take a look at the handshake. This week, that goodwill gesture took its place among global rituals that we now understand must be treated with respect.
Oh, guess what we'll be watching for this weekend?
That's the final moment.
That'll be the most televised handshake coming up this week just to see what it is.
I guess if you're a real baseball fan, it really doesn't matter if your team didn't make it to the World Series. You're supposed to watch.
We are fired up for the World Series. We don't even know who the heck's in it. We don't care about that. Game 1 tonight. They are playing without the Tigers. Takes place tonight in St. Louis. Cardinals host the Texas Rangers. Chris Carpenter against C.J. Wilson. The managers say they didn't come this far without wanting to win it all. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. We're all fired up for the World Series. NFL Lions back on the practice field today, getting ready to face the Falcons Sunday at Ford Field. We've got highlights of the Lions. They practiced today, and Ronnie Brown did not take part in the workout. The Lions have been getting a rep around the league. Some are calling them dirty. Nate Burleson says, you got a choice in the NFL. 1 o'clock Sunday against the Falcons. It's sold out. NBA, it appears there's a flicker of hope on the horizon. Everyone just wondering how far away that horizon is. We've got highlights of the NBA players and owners convening in New York today. 2 pluses to report. First, they met for 16 hours late last night. Second plus, they're doing it again today. They're in their 7th hour of negotiations. The owners have postponed a planning meeting until later today to concentrate on the labor negotiations. So maybe something will happen. Yeah, absolutely. Let me tell you when it'll happen. They missed that paycheck. They'll be out there playing. That's how it works, exactly. College basketball, Michigan held their media day today at Chrysler Arena. Wolverines definitely on the upswing, and head coach John Beilein says this is all about winning titles. I like John Beilein. I think he's done a nice job, gotten the program going, getting some talent in there. They're going to be good. NHL wings off until Friday. That's when Columbus comes to town. Columbus will be, the entire city of Columbus is coming here on Friday. Yeah. The whole thing, yeah. Okay. Finally, last night in Columbus, Stars ran their record to 5-1. They beat the Blue Jackets 3-2. Jamie Benn had this terrific effort for Dallas in the third period. Watch this. No, we're not kidding you. Ben went through 4 guys there, as you saw. Blue Jackets now 0-5-1 on the season. 0-5-1. Good start. Right. You'll get them, guys.
Yeah. Okay, Lions sold out.